Hey there.
All right, all right, all right. What's happening, Daniel? You
Hey,
made
what's
it.
up? Yeah, I made it.
You
Sorry,
made it look like
I'm
you ran
sweating.
straight from the bar. He was in a full sprint texting like, I'm home, I swear. Oh, yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Oh man. Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, we're good to go. We're live now. Let me introduce everybody and say what's up to the people. Hold on one second. I think, yeah, we're in there. All right, cool. What's up, people? I'm here with Daniel ToxSam, who is the guy that made this build here that we're all standing up, and John Crain from SuperRare. Pleasure to meet you. And
Great to meet
Coldie,
you.
my man with the 3D glasses. Oh yeah, he's the one who obviously we're all here with his artwork on scene. Pleasure to meet you guys. Pleasure to be in your presence. What's up, man?
Dude, thanks for having me.
Everything's
Yeah,
good.
thanks. This is awesome.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Big,
thanks for having
big
me.
thanks to ToxSam for building this thing. Seriously, thank you.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
haven't talked, but
Definitely.
Props,
Ah,
dude.
no problem.
you rock.
Yeah, crushing it.
So so we're going this basically kicking off Art Week, NFT Art Week in Decentraland, where we're going to be featuring hopefully, a ton of artists. It's looking like Coldie kicking it off with this thing. This thing is awesome. This whole build and the way he set it up, looking like 3D glasses, and Cody's wearing the 3D glasses to show you guys what time it is, basically. I'm taking a walk around real quick the gallery here and just looking at things. I don't know if I should I share my screen or should we just go?
It might be
with-
easier for me to follow it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be down to. I could kind of pop in if you wanted. Give
That's
give
cool.
a note about something if you asked.
That's cool. I can pop it up right now. Let me bring Decentraland over here. Boop. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I'm on scene, and I don't know, Cody. Do you want to go over a couple of these?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Let's just kind of start at the front if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Go to the. Let's walk people through those doors. If you go around.
Oh, to the front door. Okay, yeah. Let me. I'll go
That
back.
is like the
Yeah.
coolest opening.
I'm gonna pop over there with
Homie, Open NFTs here. What's up, Open? All right, so we're gonna come on this side. It's doing that thing I was talking about earlier when the mouse runs off screen. Okay, yeah. There we go.
wow.
Yeah, so I had the plan, like where to start with the gallery, and I just was thinking to theme it for, the kind of art I'm making. I threw over to ToxSam. I'm like, what about, just a 3D glasses? And he just ran with it and really blew me away.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's incredible.
So I guess we can start here. I'm gonna go with my first person. I'm gonna take look at this. And now I can see what you're saying about you definitely want the 3D glasses if you're buying the artwork for sure.
Exactly. So this one actually isn't a 3D artwork per se, because I'll show you one that is.
Okay.
This one is an animated piece that me and Hackatow collaborated on.
Nice.
And first of all, working with them is just awesome. Sometimes most of my collaborations are pretty like you get in it deep. It's like a little relationship for a month or so where you're hashing it out, and sometimes it's like the honeymoon, and then halfway through you almost get divorced.
Music is very similar.
Then you have a kid. Then you have a kid at the end, right? So we did that. We birthed this thing, and in the process of it, I asked them to make a pair of 3D glasses to fit the character.
Yep.
And what they came back with were literally these frames, like drawn just for the art piece. They just
Sick, yeah.
super handled it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't let those only exist in this piece of art. So, we worked it out, and they were totally cool to play. And I got a batch of these printed just because I needed them. So now people who buy my 3D art get a pair of 3D glasses to view them with, because
Nice.
most people don't have a pair. So you might as well get some signed Coldie 3D glasses to go with it. A little extra fun.
Absolutely. So which
Yeah,
way should I go? Should I go to the left or to the right?
Now let's go to the right.
All right, let's go this way. Oops. That mouse runs off screen. All right, so what are we looking at
So
here?
this is a good one. So this is our. No, I hope you're not at work right now looking at this, but so this is a 3D photograph. So with glasses on, the whole the image, the body, and everything has depth in it. So it really comes to life. It's more than just a 2D collage of a nude with a cat head on it. The cat head is set in 3D space where it should be, and the story behind this is my good buddy. I met this guy randomly. He turned out to have been taught 3D from the same guy I learned 3D from, but 20 years apart. So like crazy shit, right?
Wow.
So he shot 3D nudes for like 2 decades, from the like 80s and 90s. Okay. So I got it all. Like he left all this stuff to me. So I have this treasure trove of like amateur, awesome, random 3D photos that no one else would want except for me, right? So I was like, how do I turn this into like a sick ass collaboration? So I picked a couple and I put them through the photocopy machine. Like I distressed the shit out of these pictures. And then I picked different animal bodies. You could go to a couple other ones and kind of see. So it's called Human Nature is the name of the series. So the first one was called Cat Call. This one's called Tiger Trap. And I think the other one is Game Don't Wait. And that's a zebra, like a zebra game, you know. So I tried to like have a play on it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't like to objectify. I'm not here to objectify women in any sort. So it almost makes it so that it's not a nude female, it's just nature. Like this is what you're gonna see. It just happens to be a naked person instead of a naked zebra, right? So what's the difference? So this is one of my favorite random little series I've ever done, and just stoked it's in here. It's fun to see it up.
Hell yeah. Now should we go here? Oops.
Yeah, wherever. We can just cruise, and we don't have to go through everything, but I'll give a note.
Yeah, I can take a little walk around, so, you know.
Yeah, so these are 3D images. You can tell when there's like a red and a blue offset.
Yeah.
That's not just for effect. Each level of the 3D has a different offset, so when you put glasses on, it all pops out.
Oh yeah. Now is most of your art based on crypto, or is it just you're just going off whatever you're feeling like?
You know, I would say I really enjoy doing crypto themed artwork, and it's fun because I think it's part of the movement is visually documenting what we're doing. So I love doing that, but I don't negate some other cool idea that comes up. You know, if it passes my test, then I'll throw it up. So
Nice, yeah.
try to be
This is
diverse with
crazy.
my art. This was a collaboration with Akitsa, and we were teaching each other stuff too. So the other great part about collaborations is there's a lot of trust, because we're basically showing each other our, you know, I wouldn't even call them tricks, but there's certain things you got under the hood.
Yeah, your process.
Yeah, like they kind of need to know the way I make my stuff so they can export the file correctly. So
Yeah.
I show them the special sauce, and you know, there's an appreciation and a trust.
Yeah.
And exactly the way with this one. Like I showed him, you know, how to do some of the 3D like movements that I would do. So then we're teaching. We're each vibing off each other, and the result is way more than this piece of art. Like it's just like a friendship, new piece of art, some crazy shit I didn't think I'd ever make, and then you know, you just roll on and do other stuff. So I love that piece.
That piece is dope. Does that work in 3D as well, or no?
That one is not. No, these two here are standard. The cool thing about the one on the left was bought by VK Crypto, who John I'm sure knows, of course. But VK was like the early early whale who
Okay,
bought
okay.
basically the market back then. Like he was the guy. And
Yeah, it was like he was like 90% of the market. I don't know. It was like January 2019 and December 2018.
Damn.
Yeah, he was ferocious, but
Wow.
at the same time, like I would just randomly chat with him. You know, he was just an interesting dude,
Mhm.
but we would get into some really deep philosophical talks. And in the regular art world, you don't really get that opportunity like you do here.
Yeah.
You know, this guy lives across the world. We're chatting about art, and that's the relationship too. Is when someone buys art, they're basically almost they're buying a piece of you, but they're also speculating on you as an artist. So they want to get under the hood and be like, did you get lucky with a couple pieces, or are you gonna like keep doing this shit for a while? So
Yeah, and like, what's the philosophy behind it too? I feel like that's one of my favorite parts. Is like just kind of learning how you're thinking about it as you're like in the creation process.
exactly, yeah. So I hit it off with BK, and that was one of the. I think I sold that for like 4 ether back in the day, and around SuperRare and everything, people were like, that was a huge sale back then.
Yeah.
And you know, and it was just fun because it was back then. If you sold anything for like over 1 ether, that was like headline news. And now that's like, you know, the floor is way higher.
Yeah.
I saw a buddy of mine has a Laszlo piece, and I didn't even know what that was until I seen it in a WhatsApp chat with a couple of friends, and he has it up for 13 ETH. And I was like,
Wow.
whoa.
Yeah, sure. Wow. Sure. Yeah. I mean, things are selling for, you know, 40 ETH. You know,
Yeah.
there are some large ticket sales going on. So I think that we're at this early stages, but people are seeing it for that reason too, and saying, oh man, it's early, so I want to snatch this thing up for 40 before it's 400 or whatever they're speculating on. But like, you can tell that there's a lot of interest in this space.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, you know, I've been trying to encourage some of my friends from the street art world. I come from the hip hop world, so I got a lot of friends that, you know, they do graffiti and stuff like that. And I'm like, guys, this is a thing, man. Like, I know you don't understand it 100%, but if you know how to make digital art, which most of them do, I'm like, you know, give it a shot. I mean, like, you know, take a swing, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's cool. I was part of like on a panel for an event last week. It was like art and fintech or something like that. But it was like mostly people from the traditional art world, and like they're definitely I think they're still pretty skeptical, but they're also like very much paying attention. You know, it's like it's just a matter of like when they start getting involved, not if. You know, even if they like to, you know, kind of turn their noses up a little bit and be like, well, this isn't art.
Yeah.
Well, I
Who may
think
be the decider?
The big selling point, especially for street artists, is they know that their mural is going to get buffed out either in a day, a month, or a year. Right? At some point, someone's either going to sell the building and repaint it, or someone's going to deface it. Something's going to happen, right? Because it's out there. So once they truly can wrap their head around saving the art piece forever, it's a no-brainer. Like Pascal is doing that now. It's not uncharted territory, but I mean, that's going to take over all the murals, really. So it's huge, dude. As we all know, this is so ground level.
Yeah. Just 1 second. I'm just trying to figure
This is kind of a fun piece. I'll talk about this guy for a sec. So this one here is a light painting, and in 3D. So if you know about light painting, you go out in the pitch black, and we had looks like 4 different colored big mag lights, and what you're doing is you're painting the scene with what you want to be shown. So I think it was me and my buddy Roger who did the other pictures.
Okay.
So he is going around and painting all the trees, and I was painting the car, the bucket tee, and you don't know what's going to happen until you stop the camera from processing. Right? It's just it's a weird experimental process. So we would basically shoot for a minute and then kill the lights and let the digital camera process the picture. And then almost a full minute later, it took the camera that long to like figure out what the hell is going on. And then it would shoot out like this picture. And we'd be looking at these little LED screens, and then we'd just start screaming because we had no idea what was going to be. Like, oh, shit!
Yeah.
Oh! Right? And then we'd do it again. Like, we did probably like 10 of these. Just painting in the dark, looking like freaking crackheads. No one knows what's going on, right? And the funniest thing was, there was somebody who lived like across the street randomly who had their lights on for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking midnight. And I could tell they were in there, and I'm not like afraid of people per se. So I like ring their bell or something, trying to just like flag them down to say, can you turn your lights off? I saw them, and they still didn't help me. So I said, screw it, I'm going to go paint. Well, they called the cops on us.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, and we're in the woods. Like, we're not bothering anybody. So what happened was my Roger had sparklers. So he started running around with sparklers because we were in the zone as the cop car pulls up on us.
Oh, my
And
God.
that was so funny. It was great. that one's got a sentimental story to me.
That's funny.
I love it.
What else we got? Let's see what else we got over here. Oh,
We got some John guy creeping on us over there.
Yeah, I'm creeping around.
This was for ETH Denver. There was a some type of super rare. I don't know if it was a competition, but like everybody was entering their bufficorn, if I believe it correctly, buffalo unicorn.
Okay.
And I forget what the details were, but we were all cranking out our own random weird stuff. So I just freaking did this guy, and just one of those random things where you just have fun with a group. And there's probably, I don't know, 20 different people who had bufficorns, and it's just, that was like a year ago at least, maybe a year and a half.
I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like a year and a half. I think it wasn't this last ETH Denver, but the one before.
Yeah, and I mean, these ones outside are all Seb's, and you know, hats off to him because I always love seeing what different people collect, and the pieces that he collects, they totally fit together, and it's just interesting because I've put out like 100 pieces, and he's got like 12, or I don't even know, that are showing that like frickin' work together. It's awesome. Like, he has his own taste in Coldie pieces. When someone else likes the portraits, he likes these ones, and I think it's beautiful. Like, there's so many different ways for people to collect stuff. It's fun to see them all.
Yeah, like the artistic component of like the collection, like the collecting process itself. Like,
Now, just for because I'm super layman when it comes to this, what is the concept behind bufficorn? Is there some sort of metaphor that you're hitting at?
You know, it was told, we like had guidelines. This was part of their event. It's like their mascot.
for ETH Denver, the mascot is like Ethereum loves the unicorn. Yep. Some of the early shirts had unicorns and stuff, and then in Colorado is the buffalo. So
that makes sense.
Is like a mashup,
a marriage.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense because I've been curating Seb's collection for a while, and I noticed that he has a lot of unicorns, and I didn't know why that was.
The same thing with HP. HP loves that unicorn, and I didn't really know the concept behind it. The only thing I knew was that Uniswap has the unicorn.
Yeah.
Now that all makes sense to me. I mean, I had no clue because I'm a lot newer to Ether. To cryptoism in general than most people that are involved at Decentraland, that's for sure.
Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, I think it was like one of the early dev cons, like the shirt they had like a pixel like flying unicorn or something. It was like and then from there it kind of stuck around.
Right.
This piece, I'll do a quick little backstory to this one. Yep. So, back in early 2018, maybe somewhere in 2018, I live near San Francisco, like driving distance. So that's like my only chance of a cultural crypto hub. So, what I started doing was I would hit up the event people who are running hackathons or just crypto events. And I would just pitch doing an art show there. And at that point, there was no programming for entertainment. It was speaker panels, maybe some breakout sessions, networking, go home, right? So I hit them up, and they were kind of blindsided, and they kind of had to think about it for a second. You know, I was like, well, I don't want anything. You don't have to pay me. I'm going to roll in. Hopefully it's a 2-day event. If it's a 1-day event, I'll even hustle that. So I roll in, set up an art show, and then just put me in the networking space, and I get to show my art, and you guys get to have something to look at, and let's move on, you know. And so it went really well. I did a really small one that that was pre-SuperRare. That's crazy. I did an early one, and then right after that, I did one in San Francisco for the ETH Hackathon, and it was a 3-day, 24-hour event. Vitalik did a little talk there. It was like a spot to be at for ETH. And for that, I did a series of event posters, and I did them printed, but then I also did a couple NFTs, and those went really well. And funny enough, like I like to reward people who like things that no one else likes. And I think that sometimes the lowest bid might be the most sincere bid. So one of these cats on this series, it was like right when the show started, and the bid was like $1.61 or something, right? And I was like, I'm like, that's like not even a trolling offer. Like, to me, like, the guy had just enough in his wallet, and he wanted this thing, and he took a chance. And that's what my mind was thinking. It wasn't like $44. It was like nothing. So I was like, dude, you win. Right? So,
love it.
And no one else had bought him, and he was there first one. So, dude, game on. You know? So, the homie got an awesome piece. And I have to play it that way because I'm that same guy. I know, because I'll just put a sincere offer there sometimes where it's like, dude, I just love this thing. If you like the offer, great. If not, no biggie. But I hope someday I get to talk to that person, because it was awesome to accept a bid for like $1.61 because I think he needed it. So so I did a series of like 5 of these portraits, and I didn't go to Singapore. But I sent 150 like half sheet size prints signed by me.
Wow.
Because to me it's just the love of the community.
Yeah.
It's good exposure, and it was first come first serve. So if you picked up a Coldie print, cheers. Like it. So I love to just kind of give where I can, just to hook it up to people. You know, it's.
Yeah, I'd be curious who's holding on to some of this. Who's at that Singapore event?
Yeah, and like, I signed 150 things and sent them to Singapore, and I never heard anything back. You know, it's like, so they're somewhere out there.
Yeah.
So I love doing that stuff. I want to get back into that actually.
Sorry guys, I'm having trouble like moving around right now. Just 1 second. I'm gonna unshare my screen for a second.
Oh, shit, I can move now.
Can I move again? Can I do that?
So hey, ToxSam, I want to hear a bit from you. Just like, what was like building my scene? Like, what was when I came to you with the 3D glasses? Was that?
Well, I get a lot to say the truth. I didn't build your scene.
Oh,
it was this guy called.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It was this guy called Chess and Bruce.
Oh, I got confused.
Chestnut Bruce, yeah.
Yeah, what I built was the thing you got where Franky Needles is standing on, like, you know, the streaming and animated pieces.
Oh, damn.
Also, we built all the whole Momus Park around it. Like, um, you know, it was around 1 year ago or something that Sebastian came around and told me like he wanted to have his own his own place into Decentraland, to have his own collection to be shown. He had a lot of SuperRare NFTs, and he wanted to have a place into Decentraland to display them and to showcase artists. And so this is a long-term plan that he has planned, and we're only at the beginning. And what we built was, this is the roads, right? As you can see, your gallery is connected within this park theme places. So what we build is roads, and inside the roads there are going to be different galleries for different artists and different things that he is investing on. And definitely one of your places, like the first one that he's showing up, and in the future we will be seeing more artists and more people that he has invested on to be showing there in Momus Park. It's one, I would say, is the first gallery in Decentraland, basically showing up crypto art.
Yeah.
We have different problems with them because most of the art that Sebastian has is GIFs or animated artwork, and in the beginning Decentraland only accepted the static artwork. So most of Momus Park has only static, but in the future we will be seeing more animated. For example, in small space, we try to fit some of your animated artwork. I think we done fairly a good job. Some of them are still not showing up. For example, you have one piece called Vitalik, Decentraland Eyes, number 5. And that is too much, man. That's no showing up. Sorry about that. We tried.
Oh, that one's like 60. I think I even crashed the SuperRare limit on that one. I think I went
probably
60 megs on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one 33 megabytes or something like that. It was really huge for Decentraland. Yesterday we were like, oh man, why is this one not showing up? All of the rest were like completely fine, but this one was giving us some headache. And we finally say like, okay, this is a static image and go for it, But yeah, that's what we build. We build the structure around it. All this pink, yellow stuff is based on Van Gogh. It was a mix we made between low poly style and Van Gogh art style. And we also made all these assets are going to be for free for using into the Decentraland Builder. We changed the colors, so these pink and yellow colors are just specific for Momus Park, and people around the Decentraland can use them also, but they are going to be different colors, so we have these special unique displays. But yeah, it was an interesting project because we never thought that we will be building virtual galleries inside a virtual world and less about crypto art. This was kind of the project that got me into crypto art, to know more about the space. I had a lot of fun creating the collection of Sebastian and Momus Collective. We went around 400 different pieces. It was a pain in the ass sometimes because they're all GIFs popping at you all the time. It was you couldn't do it in one sit. You have to do it in different days because your eyes will start to bleed. But it was fun. I'm really happy to see that this is the first gallery that is launching, and I think it fits completely into the space we build. I'm looking forward to see the next galleries. Also, this streaming screen that we're showing, it's been a long fun project. We have been doing this for maybe 6 months, 7 months, maybe more. It took a lot of time because also we have to distribute the different scenes, because the Decentraland has these limitations. So we have to break down the whole place into smaller places so we can bypass this limitation on textures limit, on height limit, on material limit. So it was a challenge, but it was really fun to see how it's evolving and how people is walking through it. And I am also really happy because it's one of the most memorable places in the Decentraland right now. Like, it has a lot of content, even though it's just a park. And I think we will be seeing a lot of more content around it. And also, it has been interesting because all of the lands around Momo's Park has increased in the value. Like, they skyrocket. You cannot buy that. Those guys who have like a small spots in Momo's Park, they are. I know they're holding. So they have like a. It's been a really interesting project. I'm really happy to see this working out, and I'm really happy to see you guys, building these galleries on top of our gallery, and we will be seeing more of this over the following months. So stay tuned. It was fun for me, I guess. I just really love to build stuff into the metaverse and different layers like the Decentraland of CryptoVoxel. So it was a pleasure, man, to have your art in it.
Yeah. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, it all came together so cool. It was fun to see it all being built because I spend a lot of my time in like CryptoVoxels. So this is just a totally different landscape, and it's fun to just see where the progress is on this one as well. It's so exciting.
Is that him with the sparklers there?
Yeah, that's right with the cop.
Yeah.
That's the cop shot.
That's the cop shot. Oh, you got like the police
shot.
lights on the bottom right?
No way.
Yeah.
Yes. That's so cool. It like tells a moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like literally just like you can remember that thing. That's dope, man. Yeah, I brought my settings down a little bit just so we have a little easier time walking around. And
if you don't mind, you want to go back in? I'll talk.
Course, yeah.
I have one other one I can kind of talk you through and show you a physical version too. It's kind of.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cool.
So if you go straight ahead to the right, yep, go straight into the astronaut one. To the right.
Again, to the right. Oh, I'm sorry. What was it?
Just turn around.
This one?
Yeah, actually start here. Start with that guy actually.
Start.
The VR helmet one.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, so this one was a collab with XCopy, and me, XCopy, and Hackatow were together from the start, way back before SuperRare at Rare Art Labs. And they were doing ERC20 tokens before the NFTs came around, I guess. And I've always seen him, and we were all just creating, and I just never reached out. We were just like making art side by side, and we were just coexisting. But then as we got into SuperRare, we started to talk, and then we got to be closer. And then eventually, I think I probably hit him up and said, "Hey, dude, I would love to do a collab with you." And that was before. It was kind of early in the collab days.
Yeah, it was like one of the first ones. I remember hearing like whispers about it. It was like, no way.
Yeah. So we just went balls to the wall, and it was so fun because the portrait series I'm doing is called Decentraland, and it's taking basically 10 different pictures of a subject and recombining them into a new portrait. So what I did with XCopy was I went through all of his works on SuperRare and picked like 10 different pieces and said, "Hey, do you have a problem if I use these? I'm going to use the mouth of this, blah, blah, blah." And he said, "Dude, run with it." Like, he was totally down. So I just started collaging, and the VR helmet just kind of lends itself to my 3D spin. And I had him draw me a couple of these mohawk spikes And the animated version on SuperRare, if people haven't seen it, just go check it out. It's,
We can go check it
I mean,
out.
to see X Copy like moving with like perspective, it's just a different look. And I'm just so happy with the way it came out. I think it went for like, what was it? I think 40 40F or something.
Yeah, so it was a pretty spicy bidding war happening.
Yeah, it was just super fun. It was so much fun to do that one.
I'm gonna go look at the.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I can go check it out.
Yeah, I remember this one. You guys made a lot of buzz around it.
Yeah, and that was actually the first one where I was trying to be my own marketing wing, where I would just start doing teasers where I'd crop in like 10% 2 weeks ahead of time, just to get some buzz going, and that proved to be a good method. Let's see, how would you find this one?
Actually, it's cool because you can see a lot of them that are up here. And
Yeah,
kind of like original state. I'd imagine this is gonna be like further down. There he goes.
There we
go.
Whoa,
There you
take
go.
it easy. Look at this guy going crazy. All right, that's sick.
So it was super fun for me because every single one of these, like my goal when I make a piece of art is to improve on the last one, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to just the process or the output. There's always something.
Mm-hmm.
And this one pushed me really hard just to get the animations right, the movement on the head and the mohawk spikes.
Dude, the mohawk spikes, like they really seem like they're popping out. Like,
Yeah.
it's-
Definitely got all that movement in there that like goes together. Like that's wild. Yeah.
So yeah, that was out of all the things I've made, that was one of the collaborative wise and the output. I just love the way it came out.
Yeah.
That's one of my
Definitely.
favorites.
Nice. And if while we're here, I mean, by all means, just you can just point me in the right direction. I'll just kind of like pop in.
Yeah, sure. Let's see if there's any. I think I saw the Hakata one. That'd be actually while we're looking. I'll just see this one with Akitsa.
Yeah.
Since I taled about it earlier.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, all right. All right.
I've been saying it wrong the whole time. I always thought it was a kite
I don't
set.
know if I'm right.
Okay.
I was afraid to
I
say
should
it,
ask
but
you.
I'm sticking with it.
All right.
Yeah. These
Yeah,
are
this
super
one is-
cool to see in their like natural state, man. This is wild.
So
Really
just
cool.
the splattering, the way those paint splatters were hitting,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
we both knew what it needed to be. So once we got the rotation and like the front splatters are moving a bunch more, the back splatters, you
Mhm.
really get lost in it. You know, it's,
Yeah. It is, like it's really cool the way you can see like the VR headset.
Yeah,
kind
the
of
reflection and stuff.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
thing right
Yeah.
here going on. That gives you like the, I don't know, like the sense of depth. You know.
Yeah.
It's,
yeah, he brought his A game for sure.
Yeah.
And this was before he really, he was a little bit more, maybe under the radar, a little bit up until this point, and then he just kept making crazy shit. And he's blown up. And it's fun to see him just like really thriving, and he's cemented his place in the space.
Nice. Let's see if we can check out a couple.
I
more
could
things.
tell you a story. Let's watch this one because we talked about this guy.
This guy right here, right?
Yeah, this is the Hakatao
Yeah.
collaboration, which is actually
That's a lot.
unpurchased to this point.
Wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. We'll put us up here. That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild.
So the hard part for me, I've been doing the animations on these collabs, and I know their art so well just because I've seen it for 2 years.
Mhm.
It's bringing that trueness of my style and my aesthetic along with their style and making it 50% of each of us, right? It's you could ball hog it and just be like, screw you, I'm doing the Coldie thing, and
Yeah.
you know, that's not what a collaboration is. So
Right.
it's really like and they were great. Like early on, there was a couple things I was proposing, and they said, "Yeah, we're just not feeling it," and that was so awesome to hear. Like I was so thankful that like they weren't just steamrolling it and saying, just do it. They said, no, we want to try a different direction, and that was awesome to hear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's funny because what you describe as for these collaborations, coming from the musical side, like it sounds exactly like stuff that I've dealt with, and yeah, you don't always want them to be like, yeah, that's dope, definitely do that, just like you always do. It's like you get somebody who's adding their little bit, and then you're like, that's really what makes it. So it's out there.
Yeah.
So this is in Seb's collection. Oh wait, is this one? Yeah, he has this. Yeah. This was super early. This might have been the third or fourth of this portrait series.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought that putting eating a dick on national television was the best type to ever put on a piece of art. I was like, I can do that. Like, there aren't any rules in crypto art, so do that.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I love it that you got that
as
one.
a character.
And then a little bit of a teaser for the one right below it. Go down a little bit.
This one here?
Yeah, that next one there. I talked about this one too. So I have this fascination with this walkway. And I shit you not. Okay, so what happened? I was meditating.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't meditate a lot, but what I did,
mm-hmm.
and I was in it, and I was just seeing black. I was like, great, I'm not thinking of anything. This is great. And out of nowhere, a finished piece of art was shown to me, and it's hanging in my bedroom right now. I made it, and it was beautiful. It was a person on a walkway, and the walkway was in these technicolors that don't exist on Earth. And it was just like, I was in this meditation, but I was like, what the hell am I even looking at right now? Like, I'm supposed to be meditating, but I guess it was like a thank you for meditating thing. It was like, oh shit, thank you.
Yeah, man, I totally get it. I had one of those ones, like it shows you like something, and then it goes right away afterwards, but you get the feeling for a long time. It's really interesting that you also have this stuff,
Yeah, I would say it's a blessing and a curse, because sometimes the thoughts don't stop, and you gotta like I'm the kind of guy who will lay in bed, and just depending on what's going on, like it's just like chaos going on. Like I literally have to tell my brain to stop like processing shit and like go to bed. Like I have to like tell myself to go to bed. But like when this came up, it was so beautiful that let me just show you, because this thing.
Yeah.
Unplug my computer really quick.
I'll
Did I fuck everything up? Am I still there?
Yeah, you're still here.
Yeah.
I pulled up just more of a picture, like your picture more than anything.
Can you see that?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right.
It's like layered, or the people like pop it out?
Yeah, so it's actually like.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Okay.
So, and then when you can plug in that walkway, and it has LED lights, and it changes with music.
Mm.
So it's this crazy piece. I saw that, so I had to make it. And this was a riff on that piece. And to take it a step further, I just finished a piece for Async that is on the same lines as that one, but it's all programmable layers.
Sick.
I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, sounds good.
But this is a series in its own sense. There's a couple of them now.
It's crazy because I've never meditated before, but that definitely has the feel of things that happen to me during like acid trips and shit like that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's DMT really.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
This piece was I'll plug this also.
Yeah.
This is for a cat charity called Kitty Bungalow. And I used to work for LA Weekly, which is a major publication in Los Angeles. And I was a designer there, so I was designing covers that were seen by 100,000 people every week. So it was like this awesome job out of college that I just was too naive to know what I had. And I was just like making crazy, like my boss was just like, do the craziest shit you can think of, please, and make it cool. Like that was like the goal. Nice. So in the process of that, me and her were lifelong friends, and she runs this art show for this cat charity. Most random thing in the world, cat charity. And there's an art show every year, and I would donate pieces of artwork to it just for the cause. And last year we got Crypto Kitties involved, and Crypto Caillou, and I had pieces sold on SuperRare, and we brought them a lot of money from Cryptoland, and they were just freaking blown away. Like they didn't know what was going on, but they were stoked, right? Like so much cat food. So even before this whole COVID thing happened, my old boss approached me to see if I was interested in doing a virtual version, and I said 100%. So it's actually going to be on July 10th. We're doing a virtual version of this cat show, and it's in Crypto Voxels, and it's going to be a sick ass show. You know, there's like SuperRare's got at least a dozen people or so that have pieces in it, asyncs in it. It's just a big love fest for cats.
Oh man. People love cats so much. It's honestly crazy to me. I'm allergic to cats, so I never had that same kind of love. But it's like it's funny though. Me and my friends talk about it. Cats and dogs and all like the whole pets thing, and you're just like, you know, it's for some people and it's not for others. Whoa, I love this.
So this is my latest one. I just put this out like maybe a week ago.
Whoa.
So my favorite artist of all time is Vasily Kandinsky, and he's back from the 1920s. And dude, I'm sure you've seen his stuff, even if you don't think you've seen it. He just does these crazy geometric, just crazy shit. Like he just does geometric shapes, and the thought of collaborating with my favorite artist from 100 years ago was like a dream that I could make come true, because there's nothing he can do about it, right? So, but at the same time,
it's a strong arm move.
but the coolest thing about it is when I'm making a piece of art, I literally envision Kandinsky with me making decisions. Like, you know, I've seen his art, I've studied it so much that I can almost pretend to have him have a say in this thing.
Yeah, I do the same thing with, like, when I write raps, I'm big into Hunter S. Thompson, so I try to write it as if he was writing raps. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah,
that sounds sick.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. So like, what I would do is I would take these Kandinsky paintings and I would throw them through a GAN generator, which basically jumbles up pictures and spits you out new pictures.
All right.
So the name of the series is Gandinsky instead of Kandinsky.
Oh, okay.
So you got a little play on words there.
Yeah, right here.
And this was my latest one where like I said, I try to make each one better. This would be the next level up from an older one.
Yeah.
So
this is super sick, man.
Just messing around.
Really good.
Yeah. Oh man. I've got a little bit cut it short just because I got the roundtable coming up. But you guys are all welcome to hang out if you guys want to hang out and talk a little DCL with the homies. Super pleasure talking to you, Coldie and John.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Crazy, like I could do this for hours. I could literally do this right here for hours. You know,
straight up, yeah.
By all means, either one of you guys, and Sam, Daniel, you know as well. You guys are wide open to come hang out with me for like a one-on-one, and we can just chill, man, and like, you know, do this on a more like kind of intimate basis. But yeah, I'm always open to all that kind of stuff because I love the space, and also when it comes like NFT art, like it's something that's been super intriguing to me lately anyway, so I want to know more about it, you know.
Great, yeah.
So,
Let's definitely do it again. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was great.
And all of you, I mean, John, just super quick shout out to SuperRare. You guys have been
Yes.
super homies from the start, honestly.
Dude,
You
same
guys
to
are
you,
like
Coldie.
brothers.
Straight up. It's fun. It's like there's people I've known you for over 2 years now. Like it's super crazy.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
we need to make San Diego
love you,
happen.
man.
Let's make
What?
let's make San Diego happen.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see the pictures of that party, man, for real.
we'll live stream it.
I think I couldn't even handle that party myself. You know, I just want to see the pictures.
We'll tokenize the best moment.
I want to see the pictures that come of it. That's what I'm talking about. I know what's gonna be happening. Like I said, by all means, hang out if you guys want to. I'm just gonna invite the other guys into the room so we can kind of just like do the normal thing and kick it, talk some DCL stuff.
And thanks to Seb. Seb, thank you.
Oh, Seb,
Yeah,
thank you so
Seb.
much for organizing this. I always appreciate you reaching out to me.
Yeah.
This is obviously awesome. You know.
Sebastian is the man.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
Absolutely.
been awesome.
So
Cool.
let me